what up YouTube? And I did a video on this gun before. As all you know, this is probably the HK/WEG18C. You guys heard me rambling about it quite often. And I wanted to do another takedown video because my other one was pretty sloppy. So I'll teach you guys, if you guys are new and you don't know how to disassemble an airsoft Glock, this can teach you how to disassemble any Glock but KWA or KSC guns, or anything that's ACM versions of those ones. But another quick update on my skeleton sidearms Glock. The part should be coming in the next day or two, if not in the next week. You see I switched it out again, just waiting for the new one. The screw on the top, stripped. I got it out today. And it's pretty easy, and I just kept firing it just like normal. Well, not just like normal, I kept firing it till it came out, so quite a bit more than normal. Screw got loose and I got it out, but waiting for my new slide and lower receiver to come in and Stark arm stuff. But anyways, back onto the Glock. I don't want to take this one down since this one slightly differs. I'll do this one in a separate video. This one's mainly for just Tokyo Marui. The slide, these two slides are practically the same, so you don't really have to worry, but the lower receiver is altered a little bit. But anyways, so of course you want to start out by safety checking the gun. So the first thing you do is pull the slide back. Make sure there's no rounds in the chamber. Eject the magazine. And pull the trigger. And then just take apart to take down your gun. Alright. And then today I'll be doing the upper portion to the slide. So we'll put this aside somewhere. And here's the slide. Now, as you can see, your slide is free. So the first thing you do, if you already haven't field stripped this gun, I'll move it closer. Push the recoil spring in and pull it outwards. And then you gotta take out the barrel assembly. Pretty simple. And just take the hop-up assembly out of the outer barrel, and then you're good. And then you can just move these to the side. I'll take those down afterwards. And then here's the upper portion of your, or the back portion of your slide. The first thing you gotta do is you gotta find out what kind of screw this uses. Since mine was thread locked, I don't know if yours will be. Make sure you clean it out, make sure there's no grease or anything. You don't want to get your hands all greasy. Lube it up afterwards, but mine's stripped to the point where I need to use a flathead now, a 6mm, or I believe 3mm flathead. But you should be using some sort of a Phillips head, I don't know what. And make sure you don't, I'll say that afterwards, just screw it first. And right now you can just tap everything out, just like that. You'll have the selector base, or I believe that's what it's called. You'll have the spring. Yours should be like JB welded in there, but mine fell out. You'll have the selector base cover, and you'll have the screw. Put those aside. Make sure you don't lose them, because you really do need them. Now this is really the only hard part and the most challenging part about this gun, is to get the selector switch out. And it's not really that hard. Oh yeah, the iron sight should fall out too. But what you gotta do is you gotta push the selector switch upwards like that until it's totally vertical, and then just push outwards. Make sure you put your hand over it, because there is a very small detent pin and spring in there. You do not want to lose that, because your selector switch won't be too good. And at this point you just tap everything out like that. And then you might have some grease to wipe out. Just use some paper towel. Doesn't really matter what you use, actually. And then you should have a nozzle spring in here. It won't look like this, but it'll look something like this. It won't be all messed up. Just throw that aside, and you'll have the guide rod. I don't have that since mine broke. Just wipe it down. Don't want some grease everywhere. And the next thing you do is you just got to take out the piston. So just grab a Phillips head, because most of them are Phillips head. Just unscrew it. Mine's really loose, so let's get that out. Alright, mine's different. This one I tried to experiment. Yours will look like this. It's the V-shaped type pistons. Let's see if the camera will focus in. It's not too good since this is filmed by a phone, but so let me try. No, it's not too good, but you'll probably get the idea. And then the rest, it's practically taking down the slide. If you just want to take out the front iron side, just unscrew it. I'm not going to do that. But that's your slide disassembled, and that's only been 5 minutes. So make sure you don't lose anything. Oh yeah, maybe I should take out the contents of the nozzle. Make sure you get the right Phillips head for this. If you strip the screw, it's really hard to get out and how small it is. The screw will be up here, just unscrew it. Make sure you cover it though, parts might fly out. And then you'll have the, forget what this is, it's a valve of some sort, but the valve blocker, and then you'll have the valve spring. And then you just have the clear nozzle. Mine's broken, so you can salvage the parts and use it for something else. These will. Here's Tokyo Marine Glock 17 nozzle. It will fit these. Well, the spring will, but these won't. So yeah. Make sure you don't lose anything. And put this all aside. If you have some sort of a plastic bag, I recommend you using that. Maybe I should just reassemble the slide for you guys. So just take the slide, of course. First thing you want to do is grab your piston, put it in there, and just make sure it's the right thing since you don't want to strip this. It's right here. And make sure you screw it in right. It would be a lot easier if your screwdriver was magnetized. Just screw it in. It's a little harder with these gripped ones since they're a little heavy in the top. Yeah, that's what I meant. So unlike me, make sure you got a good support on the bottom. There we go. Make sure you don't cross thread because you know you'll ruin the threading. Don't tighten it too tight either since you know you don't want to strip the screw head. Alright. And then now you put your nozzle in. And then if your nozzle wasn't broken, you just put your return spring in there. I'm not going to do that. Just put this to the side for now. And, oh well, forgot, you got to reassemble this too. So, it doesn't really matter which end, I believe. Yeah, it doesn't really matter, they're the same. So just throw that in, make sure it's in there. Put in the valve the right way, put it in this way, not this way. Make sure, and then try to put it in, so practically there's a hole right there. Just trying to line it up with the screw hole right here. And then screw it in from there. Make sure you got something to hold it down. Oh, maybe I shouldn't use that. Get something like this, just push it down. Hopefully this is magnetized. Yes, it is. Okay. Be really careful because this screw is miniature. Try screwing it in. This is the most pain in the ass part of disassembling and reassembling this whole gun. Okay, there we go. Alright, and then you got your whole nozzle reassembled. There it is. To make sure everything moves right. And then you got that, just put it back. Put your return spring in there. Put it in the slide like that. And then the second part took me a little bit to find how to put this selector switch in there. The easiest way is what you do is you just turn it over like this and put your selector switch through like this. Make sure you're holding your blowback housing unit. And right now you get some sort of a flat head like this, and then just push the pin in like this. Here, let's see if I can get this in the camera. See the pin right there? Just push it in. like that. You probably didn't see that, but you probably get the idea. And just put your selector base there. I'll take a little longer, but oh yeah, make sure it's on full auto since it's the easiest. Alright, once it's in, put the base plate or the base cover on there. Put your iron sight in there. Make sure it's the right way, or you'll mess the threadings up. And then put that in there. And just screw it back in. Make sure you don't do this too tight, since the sight is plastic, and you will strip the threading side of it. And you also strip the screw head as well if you're not careful enough. Make sure it's tight enough to the point where it doesn't wobble around. Mine is almost stripped. There's nothing I can do about mine here. Let me use the other one. Here we go. Yeah, mine just keeps turning, so it's practically when you're done that, you're good to go. Now you just need to disassemble the hop-up assembly. That's the easiest part out of all of it, so as you can see right here, make sure your hop-up is off. Mine is currently off. And then just unscrew the two screws right here. But don't back them out all the way, just unscrew them. Alright, once it's unscrewed, just leave it there. Back it off again. Here, I'll try doing this to the camera. Yeah, because I'm not really doing it in your guys' direction. And once that's backed up, just pull it off like that. Alright. And then what you have here is your hop-up assembly. All you do is just take out the T adjuster. Just make sure you don't pull it too hard since it's only metal. And there's the wheel. And then you have your inner barrel with the hop-up bucking on it. So here's the hop-up bucking. I believe this is a 5.1 inch barrel. I have no clue, don't quote me on that, maybe I'm totally wrong. Here's the hop-up bucking, specifically made for the WE nozzle, or the 17s. But so practically to reassemble this, the upside of the barrel is just right there. Just look upwards, make sure that the cut is upwards, and then make sure that this nub right here is facing the side. Just slide it on. Just like that. Or you can look inside and make sure, because there will be a part in there, just slide that on. When that's on, you just grab your right side, and just put so practically the nub right here, and just put it through the hole right here that meets. Like that, and practically just put the wheel on there. Make sure the thin side is facing the upwards position like this, so the thin part right here is going upwards. And then just put the hop-up T adjuster back on here. I believe that's what it's called. Make sure you don't bend the metal, since this is an important piece, and just put this part back on like that, and just screw it back on. Alright, and then when you're done, just put your inner barrel, put the inner barrel back in the outer barrel. Grab your slide that's over here. Oh, and disassembling the recoil spring is quite easy on the WE guns. I don't know if it's any different than the Tokyo Marui. Mine's a little different, but practically all you do is you just pry this piece off right here with your fingers, like right there. Just pull it off since it's only plastic. And then it's off. To put it back on, you just snap it back in place like that. And just make sure when you're putting the recoil spring back in, then it's that the cutout on the recoil spring stopper right there is facing upwards. And this slide is reassembled. I'm probably going to make the rubber receiver disassembly in another video, because this one may take a little long. I don't know how much time I have left, so hope you guys enjoyed that. Hope it helped anyone. Thanks for watching.